Priority for the RCGA in the coming year would be to execute on our economic development plan, first of all. We just developed it, we're now rolling it out to the community, and we have to start executing on it. Another priority would be to have a greater collaboration among all the entities in our region so that we truly can actually represent the St. Louis metropolitan area as one representative for the entire area. And of course, we'd love to finish the thing we started with the China Hub. One of our key goals for the RCGA is to have the St. Louis region be ranked as one of the top regions in the country for economic development activity. And it's going to be a stretch goal for us. We haven't been there in the past, but we have a very good plan. And when this region focuses on something as a priority, we usually get it accomplished. The green economy is really about taking care of the resources we've been given better than we have in the past. And we have a limited number of resources, and we really need to be good stewards of that. That's good business for ourselves and for our own businesses and for our region as a whole. So it's a good practice. The best way to save energy is to use it very wisely to begin with. It's really important for RCGA to take the lead and represent the region as a whole. It's very difficult when new people want to locate in our area or a business wants to expand. They have to deal with a whole bunch of different entities, especially if they're competing. That makes it even more frustrating and more difficult. So it's best for the region if we can have one voice, and the RCGA is ready to do that. Well, I've had a great career. I think I've had some really good learning experiences. I started off as a military officer in the Air Force and dealt with some very highly technical, complex inertial guidance systems that were used on our missile systems. And then I went here to Ameren, and as I developed my career at Ameren, dealt with a lot of issues like storms and earthquakes and things like that that seemed almost overwhelming at first. But I think through both of those experiences, I've learned that if you take a really complex issue, break it down into some smaller parts, establish some individual goals, and then execute on those goals, you can be successful. And that's what the RCGA is going to do. We're going to take a very complex issue, break it down, and execute on it. I'm really excited about taking on this new position with the RCGA. As I mentioned, our link to economic development between Ameren and the RCGA is very tight, so I see some very common benefits for both my company and for the region. And I'm looking forward to this challenge of making the St. Louis metropolitan region one of the best in the country. My personal goal would be to help break down some of these jurisdictional barriers that we've had between the states and between the municipalities and the counties in our region, and really make this whole region very successful in the future and make people think about the St. Louis metropolitan region as a really great place to do business in and a great place to live.